Hello Stampers, I'd like to invite you to join me for week 5 of our fall gala projects. Today we're going to be making a ornament card, and the verse on there says the ornaments of our home are the friends who frequent it. So let me show you what you need to get started. You will need a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock which has been folded in half. The one that I used is a green fiber card. It was called Time, I believe. You'll need a 3.5 by 5 inch pattern paper and a 2.5 inch pattern paper square, piece of white cardstock which is 2 3/4 by 3.5, and a piece of vellum 3.5 by 1, and a gold metallic bowl. Let's go. To begin, you're going to take the ornament stamp and stamp it on the white paper, and once it's stamped you are going to want to take your green marker and color in the holly leaves on there, and then take a gold metallic, this is a gold leafing pen, and we're going to make a gold border along the edges. And let me share a tip with you on this. When you get a new pen, if you take your X-Acto knife and just make a small V in the middle of the tip, what will happen then is when you put your cardstock in there, it will fit right into that V and can easily just slide. Now this will take a little bit to dry, so let's just set that aside. And then for the paper piecing, we're going to take the matching red pattern paper, and we're going to stamp the ornament on that. And just grab a piece of scratch paper here. And the ornament stamp that I'm using is from Great Impressions. Not sure how old it is, if it's available or not, but I think any ornament stamp should work. Now you're just going to want to stamp the bottom half of the ornament. The top half will overstamp onto the card's scratch paper. And there we go. So now you can see that we have that paper piecing. You're going to want to take your scissors and cut out the outside edge. And if it's a thick line that this one is, I usually cut right in the middle of that thick line on the outside edge. There. Once you have this cut, take your white piece of cardstock, which has been drying, and the gold may still be wet, so just be careful with that. Then we're going to take that ornament paper piece, put some glue on here, and just center that and glue into place. Now as you can see, I also used my gold leafing pen, and I just put a couple of lines there on the top of that ornament just to give that ornament top a little bit of decoration. Okay, now let's take our cardstock and our larger piece of pattern paper, and we're going to glue this together. So this is a large pattern paper, and we're just going to put a thin line of glue. Then center that on the cardstock. Then we'll take the ornament piece and carefully tipping that over in case that is still wet. And another thin line of glue on there. Okay, this may still be wet, so I'm just going to flip it over to press it down. That way I don't smear any of the ink. Okay, now we're going to add the vellum piece. And on the vellum piece, I've already stamped the ornaments of our home are the friends who frequent it. And here's a little tip for gluing vellum. Use a zig glue pen, and all you really need is just a little dot in each corner. That's more than enough to hold it, plus you won't see it through the vellum. So once you have that in place, center on the front of the cardstock and glue down. Then for the finishing touch, we're going to take our gold metallic bowl, and I've used a glue dot on there, and just add that to the top. And you've got a quick, easy Christmas card that you can send out to your friends and family. If you are interested in ordering the kit, the cost is $1, and you'll get the cardstock, the pattern paper, the stamped pieces with the ornament and the vellum and the bowl. The cost does include shipping, and if you are interested, you can just contact me. I'd like to thank you for joining me today and watching this video. My name is Becky Lind, and until next week, happy stamping.